Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to show you how to make a homemade syrup that's excellent for boosting your immunity using simple ingredients you probably already have at home. If you don't have them, they're very easy to find. They're inexpensive ingredients that, when combined, can help strengthen your immune system and make your body stronger. You're going to love it. Stay with me until the end because you won't want to miss this. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I post new videos every day. You're going to love it. If you like recipes like this to help strengthen your body and boost your immune system, leave a like and I'll come back and make more videos like this for you. So we're going to begin by making an infusion. I'm going to put the water in my pot here to prepare this infusion. Remember that the ingredients, their quantities, and the nutritional information, as always, will be down below in the description, including the amount of water, the rest, and everything else. So we're going to add some ingredients here to boil to make this infusion, this tea. The first ingredient I'm going to add is cinnamon. I'm using cinnamon sticks, but if you only have ground cinnamon, that's fine too. Cinnamon is a very interesting spice because it contains many antioxidants, a lot of anti-inflammatory compounds, and it has cinnamaldehyde in its composition, which studies have shown helps strengthen the immune system and reduce inflammation in our bodies. So it's an excellent addition to our syrup, besides giving it a special flavor and naturally sweetening it. Another ingredient I'm going to add here is ginger. Ginger is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatories found in nature, and it also gives a very special flavor. And gingerol helps a lot to reduce inflammation in our body. It contains many antioxidants. Ginger helps you eliminate more toxins. It's antibacterial and it helps reduce the amount of certain microorganisms. So it's really interesting to add it to our preparation as well. Another ingredient I'm going to add here is powdered turmeric. I don't know if you've ever used it. You can also use turmeric root instead of the powder, just like I use ginger here, because they're very similar. Turmeric looks a lot like ginger, except it's orange. And it's also one of the most powerful anti-inflammatories out there because of the curcumin it contains. Curcumin has a slightly lower bioavailability, so I'm going to add a pinch of black pepper here because the piperine in black pepper helps increase the bioavailability of curcumin by up to 1,000%, according to some studies. So it's really worth adding a little, and you can't even taste the pepper because I use such a small amount, just enough to really enhance the effect of the curcumin. Another ingredient I'm going to add now is garlic. And what's most interesting is that when you're preparing the garlic, you should do it 15 minutes before adding it here to release more allicin. Garlic has several very interesting compounds for health and immunity, and allicin is one of the most active compounds in garlic, which can really help the immune system. In fact, it used to be very common for grandmothers and mothers to make garlic tea for us to drink. They would crush the garlic, make garlic water to strengthen the body and boost the immune system. There are people who say they never catch a cold because they drink garlic tea. So in this recipe, garlic will be used just like in garlic tea, and it will bring all the benefits of garlic as well. Another ingredient I'm going to add here is onion. It might sound strange, but go ahead and try it. It won't end up tasting strongly of onion. After all, onion is naturally sweeter. When you cook it in a pan with a bit of olive oil, if you don't add salt, you'll notice that it naturally has a sweeter taste. And onion has a very interesting antimicrobial property. It also acts to reduce certain bacteria and some microorganisms. Onion contains many antioxidants, it is anti-inflammatory, and it belongs to the allium family, the same family as garlic, which also includes onions and chives. So it brings a lot of anti-inflammatory potential and also helps to boost immunity. Now I'm going to add the last ingredient for the infusion, because after that I have another ingredient to make it tastier and add even more beneficial properties. But right now, I'm going to add orange peel, which will transfer some of that orange flavor, helping to soften the stronger taste of the garlic, which for some people is actually the worst flavor, since I don't even think the onion adds much taste. My mother even used to make onion syrup for me when I was a child. Whenever I needed to strengthen my immune system, she would make it for me, and I can tell you that it doesn't have a very strong onion flavor. Garlic, I think, has a somewhat stronger flavor. My grandmother used to make garlic tea for me, so I have a stronger memory of that. But anyway, the orange peel will improve the preparation because it has a strong flavor. So it will bring a sweeter, tastier flavor, but it also contains limonene, bioactive compounds, polyphenols, and vitamin C. So now I'm going to let this boil for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, to infuse well and transfer these compounds here. And then, as I told you, I'll come back so we can continue from there and add other ingredients. Hold on. Look, about 20 minutes have passed more or less. I kept adding water as it evaporated so the ingredients could cook, especially the onion and garlic. You can see that the onion is really soft, very translucent. See, everything is well cooked, the infusion is done, the compounds have been transferred. So I turned off the heat here, waited for it to cool down a bit, and now I'm going to strain this. To avoid making a mess, I'll strain it quickly and come back with it separated so we can add the last ingredient. Hold on a second. So look, I've separated the solid part here from the ingredients we used and our liquid is right here. I want to show you that my pot is cold. I'm holding the pot. Nothing is turned on anymore. Everything is cold because now I'm going to add some good quality honey. Honey is very antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, it's antiviral, antibacterial. It has many bioactive compounds, many very interesting phytochemicals for us to add and consume more in our daily lives. Besides providing comfort for the throat, it's sweet, the taste is pleasant. So it also helps to improve both the flavor and gives an interesting consistency, giving our recipe a syrup-like aspect. In other words, it's a consistency that isn't too liquid, it really ends up more like a syrup. It's important to remember that I'm mixing in the pot, but the pot is cold. We don't heat the honey precisely so we don't lose some of the nutrients it contains. We don't heat the honey because that would inactivate some of the enzymes it has. And besides that, pure honey heated above 104 degrees can be harmful. So the best thing is to do it at room temperature, just like I'm doing here, and it will naturally have this more syrupy, liqueur-like consistency. Look, you can see that it really has a syrup-like consistency. I'll scoop some up with a spoon so you can see it better. This is turned off, by the way. But look, it gets a really nice consistency, which will make it easier to consume. I'm going to carefully put it in this jar right here so you can see it better. I can even pick it up like this, as you can see, because my pan is cold and I can safely put it in here. Look how it turns out, just like a syrup. Ideally, you should cover it and keep it in the fridge until you use it, and also during the days you plan to consume it to keep it fresh. And about when to consume it and at what time. This here is actually a super concentrated mix of ingredients that are very beneficial for your health and your immunity. So if you want to make it a routine to have a tablespoon in the morning and another in the afternoon or at night, that could be a good idea for you. And always remember that you can consume more or less depending on your needs. So really, it will vary from person to person, depending on the rest of your diet and your specific needs. Take a close look so you can see here how it gets a more syrupy consistency, kind of like a nectar, almost like a syrup, and it looks beautiful and tastes great. I'm going to try it now so you can see, and I'll tell you exactly what the flavor is like. Of course, this is a homemade natural syrup with ingredients that are beneficial for your immune system to strengthen your body. The idea of this video, obviously, is not to present any kind of syrup that cures anything. If you have any health condition and need treatment, always consult your doctor or your nutritionist. Now I'm going to try it because you want to know what it tastes like, right? I'll tell you all those details now, and I hope I don't spill it here. But take the opportunity to like the video because that really helps me out, and share it with someone who will enjoy it, with someone who needs it. Let's work together to spread this chain of good because that's what I want here on the channel. And let me know if you're going to make it exactly like this, or if you're going to leave something out or add any ingredient. I'd love to see your comment. Now, let's try it. Basically, I taste the cinnamon, the honey, and a hint of turmeric, though that last one comes through in a very subtle way. The main aftertaste is still that warm mix of honey with cinnamon lingering a bit longer. So overall, I think you're definitely going to love it. See you next time. Bye.